session. Awesome. All right. So hi Rohan, thanks for joining us today. I know it's a small audience as such, but just wanted to know a little bit more about you, right? We know you're building Dualite, and we know that you've been building it for a couple of years, but just wanted to know from your side, what is Dualite, and also your journey, right? Why Dualite?
Right. Thanks for having me, Akash. Really nice to see even a small audience counts as an audience. So I'm keeping that optimistic. Uh, so I started Dualite back in my last semester in BITS Pilani 2023. I met my co-founder Prakhar on Discord, and we were building side projects as income, freelancing projects as income, be it a website, an app, whatever it was. And he was the developer, I was the designer. So we understood this nuance of the thing that there were too many iterations that were there between what was designed by me on Figma and what was delivered on the code side. So after the code was written, there was multiple iterations which were frustrating, stressful. So we started with a Figma plugin essentially, where it was a simple goal of Figma to code or design to code, where you have any Figma design and that gets converted into high quality code. We had a niche of essentially interactive prototypes. So there was a thing called Figma interactive prototypes, which was not there yet in terms of conversion to code. So we were the first movers in Figma plugin space to have an ability to convert any Figma interactive prototypes into high quality code, and that's how we started. And initial kicker or initial validation was when a Ukrainian influencer by the name of Nick Kotensko, he posted a reel about us out of sheer passion, and he liked the product so much that one of those reels blew up to more than 2 million views, and that got us initial kicker. And that was when we realized that yes, this niche is this, and this idea is quite good. And then we scaled the Figma plugin itself to, I think, 30,000 plus users, including customers from TCS, from SEMrush, uh, even Atlassian in Melbourne. So a lot of these folks, they started to like the product. We converted many of them to customers, but there were two major problems that we could see. One was retention was really, really bad. People would, take a subscription, they would use it a lot, and then they would just churn. And when we asked them through Calendly, Google Meet, or whatever, they said the quality of the code was really bad. And second reason was partly the first reason's extension, where because we were a Figma plugin, we were limited to the capabilities and constraints of the Figma plugin ecosystem. We could not do everything. We were relying on Figma. Every other day, Figma could change something and it could impact us a lot. So we to a few experts in this space, and we understood that hey, we need to move out from this Figma plugin space
Okay.
into a standalone product, and that is where Dualite stands today. It is a no-code AI platform that allows people to build websites, apps within minutes using the power of AI. We've grown that platform in a month of 8 to 10 months to more than 100,000 users, and we're doing at least $25,000 per month in December 2025, and growing, growing good in the coming new year also. So we understood that having the entire control was key, and secondly, having an AI first advantage was key. And this was what shifted our opinion. And with Dualite today, you people are building landing pages, dashboards, AI powered apps, entire ERP based systems. So it's really an empowering field. And our main focus area is on two core things. One is speed, and the other is better design. So what can take a chat GPT or lovable 8 to 10 iterations, you can achieve that in Dualite through 3 iterations. And the how we do that is pretty simple. we only focus on high quality design. We have, because of our initial Figma plugin days, we have the data and we have certain nuances of how people design on Figma. So using that knowledge and using that context, we're able to design faster, deliver faster, and design better. So that was the two core things.
And that's very interesting, right? And it's a very fast journey, 8 to 10 months, 100,000 plus users. Um, yeah, I'm just curious, right? Was it the first idea that you dabbled with, or I mean, you started off saying that you were the designer. Prakhar was basically, the tech guy in this entire thing. But did you guys collaborate on something else before you eventually landed on the Figma plugin followed by Dualite, or was this the first idea?
So for me, this was not the first idea. Before this, I was doing some side project as a social media app that I was building in college itself. There also, I got a chance of understanding as a non-tech how difficult it is for non-tech people to understand tech, to manage people, to set expectations, and this whole design and development non-linearity was still visible there itself. And with Prakhar, because we were doing real projects and real money was involved, it just became a lot more clear and a lot more black and white. So that was how these things came into picture.
Awesome, awesome, man. And just walk me through this journey, right? Also, guys on the call, what I'm trying to do here is just set some context with Rohan here. Obviously, once we know what Dualite is, like you heard him, it's a no code, landing page app builder, and you can build all of these apps within minutes. And the entire moat here is that the speed in the design is excellent when compared to all of the other competitors out there. Once this context is set, right, feel free to ask any questions as well. Anyways, now coming back, so the 100,000 plus users, Rohan, from your side, right? Like, just want to understand. I understand that the first reel from Nick Kotensky that gave you the 2 million views, where you actually got some visibility on the Figma plugin that you have. But this is viral, right? 8 to 10 months, so many users. How did you manage that sort of a distribution?
So two core things. We were lucky, that we were doing some random Google ads, and
Okay.
we saw Brazil and Latin America as a very strong market with really low CPC. As low as 6 to 5 rupees per click. So we thought, you know and in Latin America, in Brazil, Portuguese was a major language. People didn't know English, people still don't know English. So what
Okay.
we did were two things. We made our product also available in Portuguese, and we started collaborating with YouTube based influencers, AI influencers in Brazil, in Latin America. And that was really the starting point of how we started to grow, and how we started to find this niche. So by a simple feature of having the ability to get the product in Portuguese, we were seeing a lot more conversions and a lot more people adopting organically in that market. Secondly, what we did was, I don't know if you've seen our videos. We were doing these really cool Cluely like videos where the first video that we did was a social network where I smashed a laptop, and the
That's all.
second one was a Wolf of Wall Street one
Yeah.
where we did the whole Leonardo DiCaprio thing. So that was also a really nice, at least an awareness basis campaign that we did. But primarily in terms of actual impact and actual results, the Brazil thing and the Latin America thing really, really helped us in the early stages.
Oh, that's amazing, man. It's great to see this sort of a scale. We've been hearing about the scale from almost every app out there, but to actually hear it in person from you is fantastic, right? What are your main goals right now, though? I'm just curious, Rohan. I understand that obviously you're acquiring more customers, but from Dualite's perspective, what is it really? Is it the market share? Is it a wallet share? What exactly are you guys focused on? That's my first question. Second question is like an extension, right? Is it driven by your VCs as well as to what they are looking at? If you can just give me an idea, right? Is it yeah?
Right, right. So currently, what we have seen is uh, Akash, is that vibe coding platforms still need coding. Even after all the AI that there is and all the hype that there is, people still need some level of technical knowledge or technical expertise. And what we're trying to position ourselves is, like, in all this hype based space, we want to position ourselves as a counterintuitive uh, uh, player, where we say that, we want to show the real face of vibe coding. We don't want to say that in a single prompt you can build a Netflix or a Spotify. What we'll say is that you can get a landing page, you can get a dashboard within few prompts, but to make it scalable, to make it security ready, and to make it production level, you will need some expert guidance, or at least you will need to be aware that there is some nuances that is required. Yes, there will be multi-agentic, yes, there will be all those things that will be there, but if you really want to get it to a level, you will need some handholding based things. So what we are trying now, where we are also getting few customers, is a Salesforce based approach of vibe coding, where what we say is, customers or leads book a call with us, they make us understand the requirements, and we build the product entirely through Dualite, through transparent screen recordings, and through complete prompt to prompt basis. So that creates a really solid case study for us, which initially builds trust. So instead of people jumping on the hype train now, and really doing anything, and marketing anything, and to be honest, misleading people, what we are saying is that, hey, this AI impact is real, but you will need someone, or at least you will need education to get to that level. So we're trying to position ourselves in that way through this entire approach.
Understood. Understood. Hey, Ankit, thanks for joining in. We've just started. We're just covering what Dualite is, and yeah, feel free to ask any questions that you have. Right. Um, yeah. Yeah. So Rohan, thanks for that, right? So what I understand, just to kind of summarize, we're saying that okay, fine, you can build an app within minutes, but it's not production ready. If you want to make it production ready, you need expert guidance. And this expert guidance, what we're trying to do is basically, give you the experts who can make it production ready. So are you thinking about it more like a Salesforce marketplace? You mentioned Salesforce, so I'm asking, can anybody just say that you're an expert, and essentially people can go pick who their implementation vendor is going to be, or is it that you have your own folks who are actually helping them out? What are you thinking of?
Yeah. So what our approach is, that it's not about having a community right now. It's more about the fact that how we uh, decipher this entire play, wherein what we are saying is that our experts will be there, Dualite experts will be there, not any random experts. So it's a urban clap like model, not a not a fiber like, or in that basis model. One second.
No worries. So Ankit, Chaitanya, yeah, we just we just open up the stage, right, for questions next. You guys can ask whatever you want to ask.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, George, I think Rohan will be back super soon.
Okay.
Once
Okay.
he's, yeah, feel free to go for it.
My question would be like one, which advertisement platform are you using? Like I think you are using Google, but have you tried Insta advertisement? And what was your journey like on getting the results in both Instagram and Google? That's one of my questions. And another question is like, how do you like actually uh, collaborate with these influencers? Like, how are you approaching them? Like, are you like emailing them, or are you using any other platform to connect with them? Yeah. So these are my
No,
questions.
no, we directly do emails. And in terms of your question on the models, currently Gemini has been working really well for us in terms of latency and in terms of overall output. That has really worked well for us.
I'm also asking like which platform are you using? Like, are you doing any Instagram advertisement? And
No,
what?
no, no. Our approach is, so in short form content, you need a lot of a money, and secondly, you need a lot of people to do it constantly to get some awareness. So what we are trying to do is we are only doing dedicated YouTube long form videos. Uh, that has been the approach.
Okay, so no Instagram or no Google advertisement.
No.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. So we do organic marketing though, but no creator based short form content. Um, this might sound counterintuitive, but YouTube based long form content generally gets the highest intent and highest conversion from video to sign up. Plus, it's trackable. You can put a link, a meta link, and UTM source based thing to it. So it's much better, and it's slower, and there are fewer players. But if you have a limited budget, that's what I'll 100% recommend.
And for collaborating with influencers, you just email them. Like, how are you finding their emails and all?
A lot of people already have their emails uh, on their channel, so it's fairly easy to find it.
Okay, got it. You go to their YouTube channel and find their email and just mail them.
Yes. uh, that's more or less because they also are looking for collaboration, right?
Yes. And what will be the average budget? Like, let's say we want to like collaborate with an influencer with like 10,000 followers, right? Or like 1 lakh followers. Like, what will be the budget they are expecting?
So we don't judge on, although that's a good metric, we don't judge on what is that, uh, followers or subscribers. We judge on viewers and comments. So we see that because in here also there is a lot of fake viewer bots or bot based viewer increase tactics. So we see comments, we see views, and then take a call, and then for a 10,000 based viewers in a YouTube long form content, we generally see if 200 to $50 is a good enough is a good enough play.
Okay. Yeah, I
Plus, it
think
depends a lot on the geographic. So, a US based creator will charge 3 to 4 times more than a Brazil based or a Middle Eastern based creator. So, that economics also really, damages things in terms of budgeting. So, you really need to be mindful of where you are targeting. You really need to be vertically aligned in terms of how you want to do it.
okay, yeah, that's nice.
Got it. But Rohit, it actually makes sense, right? I'm assuming the target audience that you have in mind is it's not on Instagram at all, right? If I'm not wrong, it's a B2B app. And I saw a bunch of engineers also in your testimonials, and so these must be indie hackers as well who are using the product, right? So
Yes. So, see, the idea here is we market it as anyone can build, but truth be told, the most sticky customers are developers.
okay,
So that is one trend that we are seeing. That even non-tech people, they might sign up, they might pay you, but the most retentive people are those who have a bit of tech knowledge.
all right, understood. Okay, interesting segue because you mentioned payments over there. I saw three different plans on your pricing page. I think there is a limit. Two plans are based on the number of messages that you can send, right? The third essentially is unlimited. Just wanted to understand your pricing structure, right? How did you manage to actually come up with this sort of a pricing? What is the thought behind it? The reason I'm asking this question is mostly because there's a cost dynamics involved, right, for AI. And if you're keeping something like unlimited, I just want to get your thoughts. Would it become too expensive for you guys, or are you not really concerned about the costs and you're just focused on acquisition right now?
Yeah, so because we have few credits with us, uh, we are doing the unlimited thing, and also because of the fact that we have seen people really being stressed out by constantly paying for credits and not really getting true value. So
Okay.
that was one acquisition strategy with the unlimited plan. And the second is $29 plan for 200 messages, which is fairly straightforward and competitive on a price point. For example, I think Lovable has 100 messages or 100 credits, they like to call it. So we provide around double the number of messages because we are also targeting aspiring markets right now, like Brazil or such emerging places. So you need to play on that price point as well. And yeah, and another thing that I would like to say is on the pricing thing is a lot of these platforms, they also misrepresent what you're getting in terms of value. Like I think Bolt or someone has a million tokens that you can get, and how do you quantify that? So we wanted to keep it straightforward that whatever you put in the chatbot, that counts as a single input or a single unit that we charge you by. So that's also another play that is there, that people play, that hey, you will get a million tokens, but actually there are not that impactful vis-a-vis to what we do.
Got it.
Yeah, just one small thing, Rohan, your blazers are very cool. Can you turn on your video also?
Yeah. I am actually having a bit of a net issue. Let me try to switch to another network.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but what
Yeah. I was just saying that I think you guys have basically focused on predictability for your customer, right? They know exactly that they can send about 200 messages, whereas I think Bolt or let's say Lovable are focused more on you don't know um, how effort intensive a particular request will be. For example, building a CRM versus building a landing page. Obviously, the CRM is more effort intensive, so you're unsure about the number of credits. So might as well, uh, you put the request, so you might as well pay for it. So I guess that's
right.
the approach. Yeah.
Yes, so I think what the thing is that because this is increasingly becoming a competitive market, you can't just play on features and we do this. So there needs to be some solid positioning. So uh, in terms of how we want to position it overall. So uh, the trust factor that we're trying, the counterintuitive play, building the right way approach, that's a slower approach, but we feel that will give a longer impact.
Got it. Got it. Rohan, I'm just curious, right? Like as a segue to this, I'm assuming you guys. I mean, I noticed that you guys have raised funding as well, right?
Mhm.
Just want to understand your thought process on that. Like, why did you guys actually opt for funding? Who are your investors? And yeah, how does funding help now, right? And also VCs.
So funding, we raised I think from 100x, and the idea with funding is that you get a lot more room to experiment. So we raised the funding on the Figma plugin idea, but it was clear that we need to move beyond that, and we were clear with the investors on that alignment. So funding essentially gives you a lot more room to experiment, and to build and to experiment and to fail. So because you don't get there the first time, you need to have a lot of nuances and clarity. You need to spend a lot on the distribution side of things, on getting a community going. So funding just allows that initial foundation to be set up so that things can be scalable from there on.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And also, just curious, right, Rohan? You said that you started off in the final year of college. Now, just wanted to understand the role of bits here as well. How did it help you? And also, as part two, how do you think it can improve, right? Like, what else can bits do so as to make more founders?
I think Bits for me has been a blessing. We were able to crack our initial design partners before we built this new product, which were paying early customers with a MVP like product through Bits community. We were able to get really good insights on the overall market and overall play. Because of which community I was able to interact with a Postman's co-founder Abhijit in his Indiranagar office, and he was able to share a lot of insights on how to build a dev tool, how to scale a dev tool, the importance of building trust and building a community in this space. So it's really been a blessing. I was also mentored or advised by my seniors in the VC space on how to build a pitch deck, what I'm doing wrong, how to villainify the problem, how to speak about yourself more than the solution or the product. So all those little nuances, we hear them, we read them in books, but uh, the implementation way and the execution way is what actually all these seniors and people guide us on. So it's been really helpful in that way. I'm in, I think, more than 10 to 12 plus bits community across dimensions, from uh, you know bits startups to bits AI to bits product to college based early stage to Pilani incubator based startup community. So all of them help. You'd never know what one can get or an insight someone can get. I remember 8 months back or 7 months back when we were building this, so there was a bug that really was causing an issue, and my co-founder Prakash said that if we are able to get an infra guy to help us, and I quickly saw someone that I had talked to a while back in Bits Pilani, Hyderabad, and he was ready to help, and he was really, he showed up. That's the most important thing, on a random Saturday, and he helped us solve that problem, which was taking us 3 to 4 days already. So these instances really instill my belief. What can be better? I think, um, I mean, currently it's like you have to reach out. You have to, as a junior, I'm saying POV, that you have to reach out to all these people. If there is a much better platform, in a way, I don't know how do you call it, platform might commoditize it, but a better way to interact with people, like how TopMed does it, or Super DM is doing, probably a niche in there also for bits or such colleges. That will really help. When I was in college, I used to really look up to these founders, Postman, Swiggy, Grow, uh, Big Basket, and really, and when they used to come for a Bits Global meet or whatever, just getting a few insights from them, and understanding that it's not that difficult, and we may exemplify them, and yes, they're extraordinary, but they have it's just the learning curve that one needs to take.
Yeah.
So getting that transparency and reality was also really empowering.
No, this is awesome, man. It's great to hear that this has played a very important role for you. So yeah, it's great to hear that. Awesome. On our side, we are trying to bridge that gap that you just mentioned. Hopefully, we can come up with something, and you can give your feedback once it's out, right? Meanwhile, George, you had a few questions. Feel free. Also,
Yes,
Chaitanya,
yes.
quiet as well. After George is done, feel free to ask your questions.
Yes. So regarding raising funding, how many people did you approach, and what was your approach like when you are approaching investors and all?
So initially, my first email was the standard one, that you know name of the company hyphen what round you're raising, pre-seed, and hyphen one liner of what you're building, and then the traction numbers and all of that. But slowly, what I've seen is these kind of mails are being spammed to all the main marquee investors. So you need to find a way to really stand out. One interesting approach that I found, that I would like to share in SF was, so if, for example, Akash and George, you have an investment arm, you both are running a VC, and I want to approach Akash, even though I don't know George. I would say, when I'm mailing to Akash, the subject would be just George told me to talk to you, and then I write my email, and at the end of the line I say, hey, this was just a play, this was a fancy trick. So this is something I'm using right now or whenever I talk to investors, and this has been playing out well. It's a little unethical to a certain degree, but the opening rates, the mail opening rates are really nice, and I'm getting good rewards at least, even if it's a rejection. So it's quicker that way.
Awesome, awesome. Oh God.
That's actually nice.
Can you talk about your early days? So, I'm pretty new to this, but what I wanted to ask was, in the early days, were there any competitors, and how do you go about finalizing if this is the project you want to pursue? For example, you might have like five different ideas, but how did you like land upon where you did?
So this was so for the first question, there was competitors. Anima was the biggest there was. It still is. But when you try the product yourself, when we tried Anima ourselves, we genuinely thought it was not that good. And when we tried the other product like Locofy was there, we saw that the product was good, but the UX was quite a challenge. So we saw that non-tech people won't click so many steps in Locofy, and they will probably churn. And in Anima, the flow was simpler, but the code quality was bad. So what I would like to say here is there will always be competition. Always look at your competitive angle at the top three competitive players, because that's what your customers are also thinking about when they are intuitively uh, thinking whether to pay your product versus them, and also what your investors are thinking about. So always have a plan of action, not for every competitor, but the top three competitors for sure. Be it design, be it any other experiential, be it a feature that you think really adds a lot of value, whatever it can be. But always look at that. The competition is important. Competition is a signal that you are in the right direction. Competition is a signal that you need to do something different, or you need to do at least some different play. You shouldn't be afraid of it at all, but you should be mindful of it. That is definitely there. What was the question?
No, it was like this only. But so essentially, I think what you're saying is we need to identify gaps, and then we need to start and bridge those gaps, because essentially repeating what they are doing won't obviously work. So we need to make something unique, right?
Yeah, unique is a buzzword, I would say. You
Yeah.
need to find what is the weakest point where a user or a customer from a competitor is getting frustrated,
Pain point.
and just build on that. For example, for us, when we initially started, there was the whole notion that vibe coding based products really don't look well, or they are not that good. Even if our product today it produces shit design, but still the narrative is that hey, we produce better design. So the initial hook for people to sign up will be that hey, I have experienced this problem of not getting good enough design. Let me at least try Dualite. And if we succeed, we succeed. 6 out of times, 7 out of times, 7 out of 10 times. But that is how you identify overall bigger gaps rather than looking for each small competitor and filling every hole that there is, because you can't. There'll always be someone that is doing some feature better than you. There'll always be someone that is doing something that you are doing better. So it's all an overall experiential based journey that you need to pick the bigger gaps.
Understood. Yeah, that makes things more clear. Thanks.
And as an extension, Rohan, I know major like a lot of the audience is actually from like a lot of the customers are from Latin America, but when it comes to other markets like US and Europe, I'm assuming like you have customers from there as well. Why exactly are they choosing you over, and how are they even finding you, right? Because you invested a lot of effort into, let's say, Latin America. I know you've made long form videos in YouTube, but then I'm just curious, right? How are they finding you, and how why are they choosing you over the other competitors?
So the question of how they're finding us first. So we did a lot of product hunt launches, uh, got featured in a few prominent newsletters. So that is how the US indie hacking space, or the US market is finding us. And the second reason why they're choosing us are two simple reasons. One is they are frustrated with the existing solution that there is. For example, Lovable did something for them in 9 prompts, where they they tried something with Dualite and probably did 2 to 3 prompts. Now this might be something which may be probabilistic or something that we're good at, but that was one thing. So existing they're frustrated with existing solutions. That is one thing. And second is probably the pricing point, the unlimited messages, uh, the support that we provide, the fact that we do currently we do quite horizontal mobile apps, websites, dashboards, landing pages. We do it all. So those few points can be iterative as the reason.
Understood. Understood. No, it makes a lot of sense as well, Rohan. I know I'm kind of asking this question again, but as has AI costs ever been something that you guys discussed internally? Is it becoming too expensive, or do you think the costs are going lower and lower, and over time you wouldn't really have to care about that particular part?
AI costs are definitely in the talking points, but currently we can't have that at priority because we're quite sorted with those because of credits and everything. Once they are below the 50% mark, then we probably need to tighten up things, because currently we need to grow. Currently we need to burn to grow, be it through the unlimited plan for $79, be it through marketing channels on YouTube. um, we need to burn that at least to have some sort of visibility in this competitive space.
Understood. Understood. Great. George, I more or less want to end this by asking Rohan for what the vision is for Dualite and also how we can reach out to him. Obviously, one thing I forgot to ask you actually is the name itself, Rohan. Uh, for us, Dualite makes sense, but in a very different way as Bitcoins. But why Dualite for you, though? Like, why was the name of the company Dualite?
The name came from college, let me be honest. So I really liked the word. Plus, because we were doing the Figma plugin, so design and development, those were the two dualities. That is what we kind of figured out. So that was why we named it as Dualite, to solve that design development problem, and the name stuck.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, George, go for it.
Yeah. So one question: are you a dualite yourself? And
No, I am a single degree student.
okay, yeah, just kidding. And my question is, you have, can you give a brief overview of all the marketing channels that you are using? Yeah,
I I couldn't get your second.
yeah. So, can you give an overview of all the marketing methods that you are using, like from day one till today?
Sure. So currently we are using YouTube as one of our strongest channels, and marketing it in the Brazilian and Latin American space, a bit in European and US space. The other form of marketing is like the Cluely videos that we produce. These we do like in a quarterly basis, but I really like them, and I really would like to continue doing such content.
Definitely do.
Uh,
By the way.
yeah, and we're also on TikTok, so we figured out a way to have a channel there. So we're trying to grow there because the entire Northern America, Southern America, they live on TikTok. So need to expand there through organic content.
Got it. And Rohan, like more or less, yeah, two final questions from my side. One is the long-term vision you have for the company, right? What for you is the ultimate goal? Where do you think, as of now at least, where do you think Dualite is heading? What is the goal?
I feel that where we are heading is uh, a place where people will be able to build scalable and secure solutions with minimal to no knowledge. What I feel is that the winners here, from at least the customer side, will be people who understand a bit of tech. There can't be the hype that is being sold that with zero idea you can build solutions. I think there will never be that. because the technology will evolve, it will become simpler, but you'll need to still understand the nuances of, be it prompting, be it basic API jargons, be it how to connect an API, at least through the basic tech jargons. So I think that will be the future where people like me who have never written a line of code, but know a basic understanding of the tech nuances, how things work on a holistic level, they're able to build more scalable and more secure solutions. So I think we'll get to that age where the core tech guys will probably do something in deep tech or higher impact based, but general tech play would be people like you, people like me, who have a basic understanding of tech, able to build scalable solutions.
Understood. That's awesome. That's awesome, Rohan. Yeah, I also am aligned with you on that thought process. It's great that you also think the same, since you're actually a founder in the same space. And the second part, Rohan, unrelated, but something which is more selfish for all of us as a community here. I know that you're hiring interns and you're expanding your team as well, and also if people have to reach out to you in case they want to ask you for guidance, just like how you reached out to other Bitsians, what's the best way to actually reach out to you?
WhatsApp or mail works. Any of those things works. And yes, we are hiring marketing people to help us in organic content and marketing. So if you are one of those people, feel free to hop in. I'll probably share a JD or something tomorrow or day after for the same too.
No, absolutely, absolutely. So we on our side, we're just trying to build job boards as well as basically boards which probably of course you can think of it as a product hunt, but more of listing Bitsian founders and what exactly do the products do. So yeah, that'll be super helpful, Rohan. And yeah, feel free to share that. Also, just wanted to know from your side, right? If you have other Bitsian founder friends who you think we should actually call on, we would love to know that as well, right? Who do you
I think
think?
if you're doing in this space, Figure is a good, Chirag or Moksha are a good people to talk to. They're doing incredibly well, uh, at least in this space. And you have bigger names like how Pooch AI is coming up with voice,
Right.
and I think Sudarshan from Smallest AI is also there. I don't know if he's a Bitsian. I think I saw him in the community once, but yeah, he's also a really really strong player. So I think those two will be there. Moksh from Figure and Smallest AI. Sorry, Pooch AI.
Got it, got it. No, that's super helpful, Rohan. I'm going to use the same template that you used, but I'll make it ethical. I'm going to say Rohan told me to reach out to you guys. So
Absolutely. Yeah, but Rohan would not work for Pooch AI. It might work for Figure. Uh, for sure.
sure, awesome. But thank you so much for your time, Rohan. And yeah, you have a fantastic day. We should be hosting this on YouTube soon, and I'll send you the link as soon as we actually put it on YouTube. Right. Thank you so much, and I look forward to more
Thank you.
YouTube videos from your side as well.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
and one last thing, I saw your video and it was very nice. That Wolf of Wall Street kind of thing. That is very cool.
Thank you, George.
Awesome. Thanks,
Okay,
thanks. Sure. Take care,
thank
guys.
you.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye.